Let's look at some other examples which will show how can we use these expressions. It is certainly true that I need to work hard. So that means I am very sure I really need to work hard, and that is certainly true. There is no doubt about it. It is certain. Again, I am sure that I will be evaluated on merit. That means I am sure. There is no doubt that there is going to be a merit there. There won't be any unfair means used to select people for the post. I am sure that everything will be on merit, or I am sure that my evaluation will be done on merit. I suppose it is true. That is a very soft expression actually when you use it in English. I suppose it is true. That is giving the listener an idea that I think it is true, but then I don't want to enforce my opinion on you. I don't want you to believe what my opinion is, but that is what I think. You should know, I suppose it is true that I have become the leader of this class. That means I don't want to enforce that I am the leader of this class, but I suppose that I have been selected as the leader of this class. So it gives a very soft expression to the listener. It is not a dominating expression. I suppose. That is, I understand. I believe it is true. Although I know it is true, but I am not saying it with a very harsh tone. I suppose it is true that I have topped in my class. Or I suppose it is true that I have won the race. Usually, you use this expression when you are talking about yourself in order to make a humble statement. It is certainly not true. You will use this expression when you want to put your foot down and you want to say, it is certainly not true. That is, if you are coming across a statement which you think is totally wrong, or there is something wrong about the situation, then you will say, it is certainly not true. It is certainly not true that I have cheated you. If somebody is telling you he has cheated or you have cheated him, so you will say, it is certainly not true that I have cheated you. Why? Because you want to defend yourself very strictly. So this is sort of a very strict expression that you will use. It is certainly not true. It is certainly not true that the person helped me in my difficult situation. If somebody claims that he has helped you in difficult situations, so you can say, it is certainly not true that he helped me in my difficult times. I'm sure it's not the story. So you listen to some news or you listen to some story, somebody told you something, but you inside think that is not true. So you can say, I'm sure it is not true. Or, I am sure it is not the whole story. The whole story means there is some part the person is concealing from you. The person is not telling you the whole story. So you will say, I'm sure it's not the whole story. Or, I'm sure it's not the whole truth. The whole truth means that the person is giving you some truth and hiding some truth from you. So you can say, I'm sure it's not the whole truth. Or, I am sure it's not going to harm me. If somebody is telling you something is going to harm you and you are sure it's not going to happen, so you can say, I'm sure it's not going to harm me. I suppose it is not. Again, coming down to a more politer level and more humble level, you will use the word, I suppose it is not. Like the way you were saying, I suppose it is true that I have won the race. Similarly, you would say, I suppose it's not true that I have won the race. So both the times you are being very humble and polite in your expressions.